welcome back to another episode of the Assembly Line. Um,
Yo,
we
yo,
did some
yo.
we did something a little different. We recorded the back half of the show first, and now we're recording the front half. So, well, behind the curtains. But we're gonna talk the Tigers. We'll talk the Lions. Then we have a draft for you. Then a new segment, which we'll tell you about later. The draft was or is most overrated active head football coaches. So tune in for that. Let us know who won at the end of it.
There was some heat there.
Yeah, a little bit. It was a long draft, so buckle in. But for the Tigers, very disappointing series against the Twins. When we recorded on Monday, they were winning. We ended up updating you guys that they won. And then they proceeded to lose the next two, 6-3, 9-4. Just,
You know what?
I mean, it's like a AAA team, and they just lost. I mean, there's no like excuses for them. You know, I mean, we say it all the time. It is baseball. Sometimes the better teams don't win, but it just seemed the pitching just seemed lackluster, and I don't know, it was tough and very
You'd think if you
disappointing.
pitched against your former team, you'd want to pitch really well, but apparently not.
More they
which could have
know him,
been part of the
more they
problem.
know him. But yeah,
I mean, when you try
Chris
to
Paddock
do
pitched
too
and he gave
much,
up. Yeah, he gave up 3 runs in the first, another one in the fourth. Um, so just awful. Not really. I don't know. Just and then let's see who else. Who else pitched for us? Montero came in, Melton and Jackson.
You know who needs to not pitch ever again on this freaking team is Canely. Dude has
Yeah,
been bored. Dude has been like booty cheeks
I agree.
since July started,
Yeah,
and I mean, it's so like it's each time he goes out there, you're like, all right, this has got to be the time where he gets over the hump. It's got to be the time where it's back to like beginning of the season, right?
mm-hmm.
Wrong.
well, he did do that in game one of the series. Came out through
What do you do?
for
Pitch against one batter?
one. No, he had three batters, one
No,
Three outs.
strikeout,
yeah, he pitched
two
two
thirds.
thirds of an inning. He walked one and
Came in
struck
for
out
Brant
one.
Herter.
Yep, in the first game. Yeah, I mean that loss. I mean the starter gave up four. It's hard to come back or do much. As in Paddock, he gave up four, and then Montero I think gave up the other two in the fifth. So it was just all around, just you know, not not great offense. Scoring 3 runs a game is not going to win you very many games. You got to get to that 4 or 5 mark. Obviously, it wouldn't have mattered in this game, but you have to do that. And then
Didn't matter in the next game
the
either.
next game, yep, call it the Kyle Curse. Flaherty went out and just got absolutely rocked. Just awful. He gave up 5 earned and 4 2/3. Every time, like, so Twins took a 2 or a 3-0 lead. Then the Tigers battled back and took the lead in the third inning. And you're like, okay, maybe we got this. Fourth inning comes, solo home run. Cool, tie game. Next inning, he gives up 2 more runs. It's just like it was just run after run after run. And then after Flaherty came out, Holton came in. Holton pitched bad, gave up 2 earned runs. Kyle's boy Canely came in, gave up a run. Then finally Herder and Vest came in and didn't give up runs. But just all around really bad pitching from guys that Flaherty has had decent starts in the past. Doesn't have great. He's hit or miss. Holton's been okay. Canely was so good at the beginning of the season. Vest was so good at the beginning of the season. They're just all not doing anything. The offense just they claw back and then they just can't do anything else. It seems.
Yeah, that's
At least they were putting on. They weren't getting shut out.
No, but still, yeah, we're getting some
So
runs.
I'd rather the team hit at this point because I don't know. I guess it's a double-edged sword either way.
So this is what I
Part of
wrote.
me would rather see the team hit because you would think pitching will
Yeah,
figure pitching will work itself out. But hitting, you don't want to be in a slump.
yeah, I agree. This is what I wrote down after. This was after the first. We lost 6-3. So the second game of the series, I
Me
just
too.
wrote, yes, pitching has been horrible, but this is our team. Complaining about it for like this year isn't going to help anything. I know everybody's frustrated that we didn't go on out and get like better arms, but we were playing so well for 3 months. I also kind of get like not trying to get like other arm or like or sell the farm like this. I don't know. It's just like this is our. I know we can be mad at the management, but like complaining isn't going to bring them to sign people the rest of this year. I think we just need to watch this year, be disappointed when they lose, and not just keep harping on how we should have gotten more arms. Do that after the season. Like that's my opinion. After the second game,
It was
after the second or the third game, lost 9-4. I just wrote because everybody was talking about the pitching again. I wrote this Flaherty was always going to be on this team. He wasn't going to get traded. He was always going to make that start, and he gave up 5 runs or six. He gave up 5 runs. Yeah. I think one of them might have been unearned because I said have six. But then Holton, same thing with him. Holton was always going to be on this team. Maybe he wasn't going to be in that situation if we got better arms, but he was always going to be on this team. Like it's just like these are like most of these pitchers are guys that were going to be on this team even if we got better arms. It's the Chase Lees. It's the couple guys that haven't been
the role
performing well.
players.
Yeah, that would be off this team. These guys would have been on the team. And then my last note was just like maybe they didn't go out and get these guys because they know the Tigers are maybe just a year early. Maybe they're trying not to sell the farm because they know deep down that like we don't want to sell the farm for this year when we think we're going to fall short. Let's let everybody develop, see who we can get in free agency, and then go from there. Um, yeah, those were kind of my notes, at least for the pitching wise.
Yeah, I think people would rebut rebut rebut
Yeah,
against that by saying, "Well,
mm-hmm.
Scooble, we only have him for one more year. Call you
He
out.
has.
All right,
Yeah.
see ya. Good luck.
Last game of the year.
All right. See you
Bump
later.
set spike
Bump set spike. Hopefully no sand in my eyes.
or in your
But
crevices." Anyways, um, what was I saying? Oh, Scooble. We only have one more year of Scooble after this year. A lot of people have been trying to say that and that the window's closing and all this stuff. And I mean, what do you think that um, that's kind of in the back of their head? Like we only have one more year of Scooble. Next year has to be our year, or are they like, we'll basically kick the can down the road. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. We're gonna try to re-sign them, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be. I just, I mean, when you go back to the beginning of the year, we thought this was a World Series caliber team, but like, you can obviously see the flaws. Like, would I know we should have gotten better arms. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have. Like, we should have,
Right.
regardless of if it's this year, next year. Like, if you think it's this year, or if you think you should wait a year to like go all in or whatever, we should have gotten better arms. That being said, when you look at this team, the way they're playing right now, they might not make the
Doesn't matter who
playoffs.
you put out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's not like you needed like three really good bullpen arms, a really good starter, and probably a hitter. Like you're not getting all of that without selling your five best prospects. So I
Yeah.
think I don't know. I mean, that doesn't. I'm frustrated. I mean, I started turning the games off because I'm like I can't. They can't score. Every time I turn them on, we're giving up a home run. It's just like it's starting to get annoying, and I don't know. I'm like it doesn't mean I'm not frustrated. I just think there's I don't know. It's just the internet. You always get just mad at
Yeah,
people being stupid. And there's people out there. Oh, these it used to be fun because I could make jokes. Like, dude, you're not making jokes. You're saying they're jokes, but they're true. Like that's how you feel, and you're acting like the season's over, and it's like all that's like,
right,
yeah, it sucks, but like stop trying to say like you're passing these off as jokes. Like they're not. Like, and people get
right.
frustrated with people that just complain about it all the time, and now people are frustrated at me because I complain about the complainers all the time. So it's just a circle that just keeps
A
going
vicious
round and
cycle.
around. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I've seen some people suggest that we promote Kevin McGonigal to the MLB right now. I think that's just not a good idea. He's been up in Double A for a month,
hmm
if that. He still has Double A and Triple A to get through. If I
just
mean,
AAA. He's kind of hitting pretty well in Double A.
yeah, I would say
I have a thought
he
on it.
needs
You
okay.
go.
He needs to get up to Triple A this year, and then next year, if he does well in spring training, he should be on the squad.
Yeah,
But
that
I don't think he's ready this year. I
he
don't. People are saying that it'll provide a spark. No, it won't. I don't think it would.
goes back to what Kyle was saying with the AJ Hinch thing. It could provide a spark. I don't think it would, but um, I agree that I don't think that he should be brought up. However, if somehow they do like catch a little bit of fire here and they're eking games out where they're really not scoring runs, I wouldn't hate him being brought up because he is the infielder, right?
Third base,
Yeah, like
I think.
I wouldn't hate him. Like I'd almost rather give him a shot than like bring Trey Sweeney back up. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying I want him up, but or just like bring him up for like postseason roster, like out of everybody.
The
Like it's just like I don't think he should come up and play every day, but it's just one of those things where I don't. I get the point of it. I'm not totally against it, but I don't think they should do it just because I think
right,
that can mess. I think a double A to MLB is a pretty big jump. Like now would be the
right.
time to do it. Like when we have the Twins, the Angels, the White Sox. Like when they're not that those
When you're
guys can't
playing the,
pitch, but just like you should be able to see a little bit better coming
you're
from
not
those. But
you're not playing the Phillies and
yeah,
the Mets.
yeah,
The
exactly.
I don't know who else. Um, but I guess according to Baseball Reference, Kevin McGonigal is shortstop, second baseman.
I'm
So
sure
I
he
guess
could
not
play
third. But
everywhere.
I don't know
Yeah.
if he's been playing third. For some reason, I thought he's.
Like if
I
Glaber
saw
gets hurt, like I wouldn't mind. I mean, we have Colt Keith
right
and we have McKinstry that could play there, but in
and
if someone
Hockey.
gets injured on the infield, like I wouldn't mind him being the one brought up over Trey Sweeney.
Yeah,
That being said, I think Trey Sweeney's kind of been doing well in
in
AAA, so
AAA.
maybe I don't know. We just need it all comes down to the pitching, and I don't know. It's just when we do when our starters do pitch well, our relievers don't. And when I mean it's only been two series, but when our relievers pitch or when our and then there's when the starters don't pitch well, it's everything's bad. We can't score. The relievers come in and maybe they do shut them down, but we can't score, so it doesn't like we're gonna lose 5-1 anyways. Or they do pitch well, we hang in there. We might even have the lead, and then it goes to the bullpen, and then that goes to shit.
Yeah,
However, I believe in the 9-4 game. I think it's when in the fifth inning when they gave up the 2 runs. The first batter of the inning hit a shot at Glaber and it hit him in the palm. He was backing away from it, hit him in the palm, and the guy reached base. So it's like
yeah,
he's not getting. I mean, the Tigers don't seem to make that many errors for the most part. Knock on wood, but like those are the things you can't have when your guys aren't pitching the best.
yeah.
But I don't know.
So Trey Sweeney in July. So he got sent down on the 29th. Or his first game in Toledo was the 29th. He went, what would that be? Oh, he batted 300. Or is that his? That could just be his. Anyways, he went 2 for 4. Looks like he went 1 for 1, 1 for 1. I think. No, no. I'm all messed up here. He went 2 for 5. There we go. Yeah, 2 for 5, 1 for 4, 1 for 4. Um, and he batted 175 in the whole month of July,
Hmm.
including Detroit. In August so far, he is 9 for 18, batting 500 with 2 home runs, and that's only what 5 games into the month.
Hmm.
So yeah, like you said, he is kind of starting to bat well in AAA, but there's a reason that pitchers are in the AAA because they're
Yeah.
not MLB ready necessarily. Not all the time, because sometimes people are deep or teams are deep, so you just need to put your pitcher somewhere. But for the most part, you're not seeing real MLB arms,
Hmm.
which is why another reason that McGonigal, I don't know if he's quite ready because he hasn't been seeing that MLB tier pitching yet.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why I don't know, even spring training, they're not necessarily MLB ready arms because a lot of the times, you're still seeing the people that are in AAA
Hmm.
that are going to get sent down. But no, all in all, very disappointing season or series.
Yep.
Some might put the P word on it, pathetic. Um, yeah, I after that Arizona series and holding our own against the Phillies, I was thinking that all right, here we go. We're very close to being back, and this series kind of tucked that away
Hmm.
because we're not back, and I don't think we're close to being back yet.
Yeah. Well, we got Los Angeles or home against Angeles for 3 games. Scuba on Friday today as you're listening. Um, and then we got at Chicago, then at Minnesota. Look at the schedule. I mean, it's still very. I mean, we still have a pretty easy schedule, at least to like the back end. So they got to start winning some games, but I guess we'll see. Any more? Any more Tiger talk?
No,
All right.
just gotta let's next time we talk, we'll be watching a Chicago Tigers game. So recapping this Angel series. Hopefully, it's on a positive note,
Yep.
unlike today.
Um, so the Lions. Ennis Rakestraw has reported that he's out for the year. Not great
Surgery.
news. Just a depth. I don't think he would have really started, but it's a huge depth injury. Not great. I don't know. Did you hear anything else about any other news out of camp?
I have not.
Yeah, I
No.
haven't. I haven't really heard much coming out of anything. The only other Tiger thing I wanted, or the only other Lion thing I wanted to talk about is I was listening to another name drop part of my take, and in it, Big Cat said that the stars aligned for the Detroit Lions last year. They had 15 games. They had home field advantage. I just can't believe someone that proclaimed himself as a football guy doesn't understand that we had granted it was a great season, but looking back, we had so many injuries, and the guy that they were interviewing was talking about like how Hutchinson should have been a defensive player of the year just based on the fact that the Lions defense sucked without him, and he was on MVP pace while he was playing.
Great.
It's like that right there tells you if one player means that much that your defense just isn't that good. They're just not good. So like him saying the stars aligned just kind of pissed me off. It's like, dude, I'm disappointed in the way the season ended, but we had so many guys hurt. I think if they play that game 10 times, we maybe win 5.
Maybe.
Like I really don't think at that point in the season that we were that much, and we're not getting past the Eagles, and no one
No.
else is coming back. Like it's not like we're getting Hutch back for that. Like we're not getting these guys back. So it's like I I kind of get what he was saying. Like like it was kind of our year in the beginning of the year, but as the season
Right.
progressed, like it just wasn't. Everything bad was happening, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It just kind of irked me. Like got my juices flowing of like I don't agree with that. I just yes, we did have home field. Yes, we did win 15 games. It's like yes, we did win those games without our best players, but we also kind of had a at the end of the season like we didn't, we got I think we didn't get our ass kicked, but we lost to the Bills and like we didn't stop them one time. It's the same
No.
exact thing that happened in the Commanders games. Like you're not going to win the Super Bowl with a defense that has 11 players, 11 starters slash second stringers out. Um, I don't know, just I
Offense
don't know.
literally had to be perfect.
Yeah, and they weren't.
No, which is you can't expect either side of the ball to
I
be
mean,
perfect.
yeah, Ben Johnson just runs the ball on 4th and 1 when we're up 3. Probably do win that game, but and maybe we do win the Super Bowl. I just don't. I think the stars aligned at the beginning of the year, but they quickly shifted after Hutchinson went down because we already lost a couple people before that. Like,
That was to
so,
Dallas, right?
yeah, who was the one of the new? Was it Davenport? He got like hurt in like the second game of the year.
Yeah,
I was like, it's just like every. This is just I don't
very
know,
early.
just I don't know. It just kind of something that irked me a little bit. Doesn't mean I'm not disappointed with how the season ended. I don't think I think it's dishonest to say the stars were aligned at the end of the year. Like that was not our year. You could tell going into it. I mean, I had a little bit of false hope, but looking back at it, it just seemed like it would never have happened.
But
Whereas 2 years ago against against 49ers, like that was the stars aligned. Like we already beat like that's a Super Bowl we could have won. That last year, even if we beat um, whoever, and then we beat
beat
the
the Commanders, you beat
Rams,
the Eagles.
or one of the Commanders and Eagles. We're not like somehow we get by the Eagles. Maybe we do beat the Chiefs, but like the Eagles and the Chiefs were, I think, superior to us at the end of the year, and that's just because of
Agreed.
injuries. If we were healthy, I'd have took us. I think it was a walk in the park to get to the Super Bowl, but we'll never know.
So you said that stars could have been aligned at the beginning of the year last year, and then injuries happened, or basically Hutch
Hmm.
gets hurt, and our defense is just abysmal. So we get Hutch back, but I don't know if there's very many changes to our defensive personnel that basically says, yeah, our defense is a lot better now.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I mean, we our cornerbacks have changed. Terrion Arnold though is a second year. Jack Campbell is probably more in his role. Like he kind of also got thrown into because after Thanksgiving, so like those 4 or 5 weeks, like he played a different position than he was used to. So I mean, in a way, you're right, or like the fact that we didn't really change much, but we had 11 players like on the defensive side of the
Yeah.
ball that played minutes that were hurt. Like it's even if we just getting
Yep.
them back's a win. We just got to keep them healthy.
Yep. I mean, I just, playing a little
No, I
devil's
agree. I mean,
advocate.
it's true. I mean, I just think well, you're also talking about probably. I mean, Hutchinson was literally on pace to like break the sack record or like be up there. Like he was literally going to if he kept that pace, he would have won Defensive Player of the Year and possibly an MVP candidate. So like that changes a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you lose your best player no matter what position.
Hmm.
It's a big, big hit.
Like I mean, imagine if like Saquon went out for the Eagles. Like they have a lot of other
Yeah.
weapons, but I'm just saying like
Who's their backup running back?
I don't know,
Um,
but
My wasn't Miles Sanders.
He was no, I don't know who it was, but you got any more Lions stuff or anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, we will kick it to our draft and the new
New
segment.
segment.
Yep, new segment. Just like I said, we're going to do the draft right now, and then we're going to do our new segment after this, and then close it out. So this draft is going to be the most overrated head football coaches in either NFL or college football. I got a feeling this one might be not necessarily clickbaity, but something. I have a couple on my list that probably shouldn't be, but this is to each their own. But I'm pretty sure. Wait, no. Who went first on the last one? What was the summer activities?
It
Right?
was.
I
I think
think
it
I
was
was
Kyle.
last.
No, I was no. I think it was no. I think it was Ben, Kyle, Ryan.
Did I go
Because
first?
Yeah,
yeah, you picked. What the hell did you pick? Um, on my
I can tell you here in a minute.
I don't remember.
or maybe shit. I forgot. What was the first
Yeah, that was
pick?
such a long time ago.
Maybe it was me. Didn't I pick golf?
Yeah, and then I picked grilling.
Yeah. But that wasn't the last. Was that the last one? Or was it the fast food draft?
No,
no,
that was the
that would have
last
been.
one.
Yeah, you're right. So maybe I did go last or first. On my notes right here, I have it as Ben, Kyle, Ryan.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure.
I know Kyle. Yeah, it
I
went
think I'm pretty
Kyle
sure I had
then.
two in a row.
Yeah, you did. I was in the middle.
I don't want.
Okay, so
Do
I
I want
went
to pick first
first.
today?
So
Yeah,
I'm Yeah,
whatever.
so Ben, Kyle, Ryan. Ben, Kyle, Ryan.
Oh,
That's correct. Okay, so this will start the draft. We're going Ben, Kyle, Ryan. Snake draft as always. 4 rounds. Ben.
Overrated coaches.
Yep, most overrated football head coaches. So it's got to be a head coach. It's got to be a head coach, and it's got to be active. Those are the stipulations. So Ben, you are up first.
1-1. I mean, I don't like to kick a guy when he's down, but it's got to be Deion Sanders.
All right, not a bad pick. I don't mind that at all.
Why do you
Um,
think he's overrated?
I mean, look at what his teams have done, especially in
he
the
is hyped up in the media. I'll give you that.
yeah, the media hypes him up, says Colorado could be, a college football playoff team, and they go and just don't really do much winning. Granted, and even with Travis Hunter, who won the Heisman and was the number what 2 or 3? Was he 3 pick? Then you have Shadur, who was also hyped up in the media, but maybe not as good as
Yeah.
what the media may have said. But they still had a lot of pieces, and he just I mean
Yeah,
didn't he's
you're right.
more of a developmental coach than a um, I guess record or
Mm-hmm.
output coach.
It wasn't on my board to be honest, but I don't think it's a bad pick. I think
No,
there's
I
some.
don't.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
I
a
think
good. Yeah.
there's some better picks out there, but I don't think that was one that went by and should have been on my board. But I think there's a 1-1 to this, and it hasn't been. I mean, obviously, it hasn't been picked because he wasn't on my board. So, Kyle, you're next.
Let me see. Who do I? I'm trying to think. I have a few on my list.
A
As you
list in
should.
your head.
Yeah, it is in my head
Mm-hmm.
and on my co-pilot here too. But Copilot didn't even have him on here, to be honest. James Franklin. How do
Yeah,
you like
yeah.
motherfucker like
That's
James
my
Franklin?
1-1.
Like like I think I was listening to Unnecessary Roughness I think yesterday, and they were doing like their Big Ten thing,
Mm-hmm.
and like they weren't talking about overrated or whatever. Maybe I don't think maybe it wasn't them.
Anyways.
I don't know. I was listening to something. Yeah, regardless. And somebody threw it out there. I'm trying to stack check it or whatever, or fact check it.
Mm-hmm.
And they said something about how like Penn State, it's been a while since Penn State has finished no, it was Dan Patrick. Penn State finished above their preseason poll. So like they might be re-ranked preseason 10. They finish the season at preseason 15.
Mm-hmm.
They don't finish like
Yeah.
better than what their preseason poll was. And like frankly,
Pre-
like they don't win like they just can't get over the Michigan and Ohio State hump. Ever since he's gotten there, like they always get all this hype with Penn State, but they haven't won anything.
mm-hmm. They've only
I
been to
think,
two
well,
Big Ten championship
they
games, I
went to the
think.
Big Ten championship last year, got
But they've
smoked
only been to
by
two, which is kind of
Oregon.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah. And then now you got, was I they this year everybody's like, oh, this year will be our year, kind
Yep.
of like the Lions. But yeah, Goat Franklin.
Um.
Goat Franklin, as Aunt Wright likes to
All right.
call
We
him.
don't need
But
to name
yeah,
drop everybody in the universe.
I'll name drop him all the time. I like him.
But let's see. We had unnecessary roughness. We had Dan Patrick. We had Aunt Wright. Any more you
Aunt
want?
Wright.
Yeah. Any more?
And that's your
Um.
top pick
Well,
one.
Yeah. That's just pick
yeah.
one. I
I
don't know where
listen
to
to
go.
DP on the way into work these days. So.
Yeah,
Um.
you like DP?
Okay. I'm gonna go. There's so many picks that I want to make, but I don't know. I mean, James Franco is my 1-1. I'm gonna go Mike McDaniel, Miami
On my
Dolphins.
list.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel
he was
like,
on my.
yeah, I feel like,
For a second, I thought you meant Mike McDonald out of the Seattle one. But sorry to steal your thunder. Keep going.
yeah, he's thought of as this amazing offensive coach and everything, and like I know Tua's been hurt, but yeah, I don't know. It's just I feel like he's overhyped. He had such like everybody thought he was going to be some amazing coach because he has some offensive boy genius similar to someone that left Detroit, and he hasn't really done anything at all. I mean, he's maybe made it to the playoffs like once. Like, granted, Tua's been hurt, but still, part of being a coach is being able to rally up everything. And it's not like they have a lot of weapons, so be able to get it done. And shit, I forgot I gotta go again. Um,
Can I say something while you think?
no, I'm
Copilot
gonna,
got back to me
I
about
guess.
yeah. Since 2010, Penn State, in the last, so since 2010, there's been 1 year that they finished higher than what they opened up at, and that was 2016 when they didn't, then when they started unranked, and then they finished inside the top 25. They finished at or below their preseason stand-in from the poll. That's wild. Anyways,
I think my next pick, I'm gonna stick. No, I'm gonna do it. He's gotten a lot of hate. I feel like more recently, especially due to some off the field things, but just in general, he made a national championship game. Seems like they're supposed to be good every year, but he always fell short. Grand Valley guy, Brian Kelly.
uh, yeah,
Yep.
anchor up the different L that he liked to throw up with the.
But I mean, just he's. I feel like people are starting to come around on him and like not liking him. But every year, he's now the coach at LSU. He was at Notre Dame. Like those are two of the most prestigious schools, and he's done nothing. He made it to one. I mean, he did make it to a national championship game where they got absolutely trounced, but they just fall short. It seems like every year, and Notre Dame is one of the biggest brands, so he should have Alabama teams running through there, but he fell short all the time. They seems like they would always be hyped up. It's Notre Dame's year. Notre Dame's year. Nope, not their year again. But we'll see.
I feel like
We'll
I feel like
see.
they would have
this year's another tell-all. LSU's supposed to be like a top 5 team. We'll see what Mr. Kelly does.
I feel like they have like Brian Kelly puts on a good regular season, but once like if it
But
was the post like the playoffs or a national
but he
championship game,
never made it to the
it just
playoffs.
doesn't right. That's what I mean. Like they have
But
like this was the first year of the 12 team last year,
yeah, but he
but
never
if
made it as a
for
4
for
team.
the
Or maybe he
okay,
did
but for the
once.
his Notre Dame years, if you stumble once, you're probably gonna be left out because you don't have
Yeah, but
the
every year
conference to
they were
fall back
supposed.
on.
A lot of
I
times they were
know. I'm just
supposed to
saying.
be a national
He goes
championship
11,
competing
10 and
team.
2, 11-1, and
He had
just
some bad years in there, but yeah.
can't.
All right, Kyle.
Yeah.
Next pick.
Mm, I don't know. Like, I'm not too fond of this pick, but I think I have to say it. But more or less, this is recent, more I guess maybe recency bias. But Mike Tomlin,
Is that my list?
On my list.
just because he's just Mr. 500, and that's what got Jeff Fisher fired. Just can't get over that
Never had a losing
500.
record.
Never
Won a
has had a
Super
losing
Bowl.
record. So how can you say it's
Yeah.
you know overrated? But he's just there. I don't know. I mean, I'm
But
sure he's in
some
terms of
people,
like outside the record, he's a good coach. But when it comes to going deep into the playoffs and
mediocre Mike.
building the roster that you want, um,
Yeah, no,
Tomlin, like just they're not.
he
He's not getting it done recently. So I
you can
think
go
like
both ways with that because like a lot of these recent teams he's taken to the playoffs and they've had good defenses, but their offenses have been horrible. But at the same time, like it feels like people talk about him as one of the better coaches in the league, but he's not. If they do get in the playoffs, they get absolutely beat the first week, like trounced. Um, so yeah, I mean I don't mind the pick at all. All right, Ben, you're up. Two
Going to
picks.
go with. I'm gonna go
oh
Kyle
my god, I
Shanahan.
thought of him. Son of a bitch. Sorry,
Okay,
who Ben?
Kyle Shanahan.
that was who I was
Really?
debating between.
Yep. I mean, he can
Really? He's
have.
gotten to a
He
Super
had
Bowl.
He's made it to 2 Super Bowls, but they can't win one.
exact with
Yeah, but
arguably the
it's
best of full
Yeah, but
teams.
this is the point of being over. Like, yeah, he's doing it, but like everybody talks to him like he's like the next, like he's Andy
Andy
Reid
Reid.
out there.
Billy
He's not. He's not
Bill
getting it
Belichick.
done.
Okay.
Yep.
If you think
I
that's a
agree.
bad pick, I'm saving it
I
for
never
my
said it was a
last pick.
bad
But
pick. I'm
I
like,
mean, you picked one with the Super Bowl. This guy's made it to two, but
yeah, but he hasn't had one in years.
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know. You're saying too.
I mean, I think Kyle Shannon's a good pick. I think people, they talk about what a genius he is, and he's got no rings to show for it. He is a good coach, but it doesn't mean he can't be overrated. This isn't coaches who aren't good. Like these are
Right.
all
I
of
know.
these guys, with maybe the exception of Deion Sanders. Like they're good coach. I mean, even him, he's probably a good coach. It's just like that they're just they're overrated. They're not as good as people say they are.
Yeah, fair,
Yep.
fair.
But all right,
And then
round
I'm
three.
going to go round three. Trying to see if I can find someone with good value here.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna go Lincoln Riley.
Fuck you. God damn it.
Yeah,
That's who I fucking wanted to pick instead of Mike fucking Tomlin. I forgot his freaking name. God dang it.
those are
Oh,
both. Those were.
that's who I was
That
gonna
was
pick
probably my
1-1
next.
before I thought of whoever I picked.
That's probably who I was
Damn it.
gonna pick this round. That was a good pick. Yeah, he did make it to the playoffs a couple times at
Uh,
Oklahoma. It feels like since he left for
Are you doing
USC.
or is this your pick or Ben's pick?
No, I'm just saying. It seems I'm just saying. it seems like since USC, people haven't talked about him as much. But there was a
Yeah.
time where it's like Lincoln Riley can't win the big one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've talked about everybody's pick just like this. I'm providing a little bit of context rather than just
Oh, I
if we
know.
just
I just
gave the
wanted to
picks,
hear Ben's
it'd
reason. I
take
wanted to
two
hear Ben's
seconds.
reason for why you
Okay,
picked him. That's
from
all.
now on, I'll let the person talk, and then once I talk, they can't say
Yeah.
anything else.
Not that much, but
I meant because I don't want to give
Yep.
them ideas to like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyways,
oh,
yeah, Lincoln Riley. Ben, any words?
great
No,
pick.
you got it all.
I said he was a great coach. No one talks about him anymore. Maybe he's underrated.
I
Eh,
don't know. I think he's still
he's
overrated.
he's a
I'm
good
messing
coach, but he just
around.
can't win.
USC hasn't. I mean, they had Caleb Williams and that offensive powerhouse that they had,
Wait, who
and
else
like
to lead?
still didn't win shit with them. But anywho,
Yeah.
um, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Lane Kiffin, Ole Miss.
Fuck, dude, you guys keep taking my picks.
Like, dude, yeah, I don't even. He hasn't even made the playoffs yet with Ole Miss. Granted, he's only been there a couple of years. Before that, I guess he did do good stuff with what was it, FIU,
AU.
FAU, yeah.
FAU. But anywho, since he's been back in the SEC, like I mean, he stunk it up at USC. He stunk it up at He's not. I mean, he's not stinking it up at Ole Miss, but he's just not winning enough. He's not winning anything. No,
He's
there's no
like
ships. He hasn't even been to a championship. He hasn't even been to the playoffs. But yeah, he's still regarded as one of the best coaches in college football.
Mm-hmm.
he's like the Mike Tomlin of NCAA of college football. He's consistent, but it's not,
No,
12
that's
and
not
0,
him.
No,
That's
eleven and
it's
that's
not
1.
that's Kirk
him.
Ferentz. That's Kirk Ferentz.
Don't give away
That's
picks,
like
dude.
Kirk Ferentz is
Also,
Mike
it's not him
Tomlin.
either. That's like they
Debatable,
go like
but all right.
500. Damn, don't even know. You gotta tipping picks out
I
here.
mean,
Well, I mean, I don't think he's over. I think he's rated perfectly solid.
Doesn't matter what you think. You know, when I was talking about someone that left the Lions, I didn't say a name. You just don't. You could just say, yeah, the guy from
Yep.
the wheat, whatever. Anyways,
Mhm.
I forget who you picked already. Lane Kiffin. The only problem with
different
him
bracket.
is like
Yeah.
the last couple years he's been like expected, but a lot of times he hasn't had huge expectations. But these last couple years, he's had pretty big expectations and they've fallen short. And I feel like is always kind of hyped up. Um, but yeah, this is tough because those were like the three picks that I wanted to go with. I think for so tough. Most of my people on the board, I feel like haven't been around enough to like really be like overrated. But
Pick him. I know you want to.
who?
I'm not saying.
I
Learn my
guarantee
lesson.
whoever you're talking about, I guarantee you it's not who I'm thinking. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with Dan Lanning. He's not a huge name, but he's the Oregon football coach. They've had a stacked team recently, and he just can't get it done. There has been people that have talked about him being a great coach, um, maybe more under the radar than some of these other guys, but they just they've had such great teams the last 2-3 years, and they've done nothing with it.
Yeah, underperformed for sure.
Yep.
Oh,
He did just win a Big Ten title though.
Yeah. Then he got beat in the first round of the thing. Winning big when you're that like that's like Ohio State saved themselves last year by winning the national title, but if they didn't, that season was a colossal failure because they were supposed to be a top team and that ended up losing two. Would they lose 3 games or 2 games? Just two. No, didn't they lose three?
They lost, they lost to Michigan. Who
Michigan,
else?
Oregon, Maybe just Michigan or Oregon. Either way, they had two regular season losses. Like that was a team that was built to win the national championship. So like this, like just because you win the Big Ten, like Oregon was another team that was supposed to be so good all year, and they just they fell short. They didn't even make it to like they lost in the Elite Eight. We'll call it. Um, I don't love my picks. My last couple picks.
I guess I got two, but I don't have a lot of reasoning for one.
Give me one. I'm gonna. You know
Okay.
what? Do I go with the troll pick that I
I
believe,
think you
that
do.
but I believe it's not that I
I
don't
know.
believe it. I want you
Oh,
to.
maybe we're thinking of different people. Never
I
mind.
don't think you are, because this is the worst.
No.
This will be the worst pick of all time. But I'm gonna take it because I believe it, and part of it's probably because I just don't like him. Um, and I don't know what else to say, but I'm going with it. I'm going with Super Bowl champion Nick Sirianni. I hate his guts. I
Oh,
think that he has.
yep.
I think the Eagles aren't. I know he went to the Super Bowl twice. So like the first one, like doesn't. He's a good
I think he's
coach,
a cuck.
but their team was so stacked that like I think I could have been coaching that team to maybe he pushed them over to the edge to get to the Super Bowl, but like I could have coached them to win that division, to win almost all those games. Um, yeah, I mean I believe
While
that
we're
he
at
is.
it,
I
throw in
believe.
Jalen Hurts as an overrated quarterback too.
I don't. I think he's properly rated. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he's a good quarterback. He's just a lot of quarterbacks could have championed that team. Doesn't mean he's a bad quarterback.
I know people are saying he's top five in the
Yeah,
NFL.
he's not. Just because you win a Super Bowl does
No,
not mean you're top
exactly.
five.
Correct.
Um,
Yes.
there's plenty of
Fucking Dilfer
quarterbacks.
won a
Joe
quarter
Flacco's
or
never
a
been a
Super
top
Bowl.
five quarterback. But yeah, so I'm going Nick Sirianni. Like I said, I believe it. Like I don't think he's as good as everybody says. It's tough to like really, Super Bowl. Well, yeah, it's tough to like argue against it. I just think he had a stacked team, and uh, whatever is whatever. I mean, it's different between college. You got to recruit your guys. The NFL, you typically have a GM that goes and gets your guys. Like he's the real winner of the Super Bowl. Nick Sirianni, he was just a part of the ride.
Just hitched on and
Yep.
got his snow cones and just loved
I mean,
loved being there.
There's a reason he was on the hot seat in like week 4. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
I'm
Kyle, your
going
last pick.
I'm going with Matt Rule.
That was not on my list. That's a
I
good
think
one
he's
though.
overrated.
I should have went with him over
Like
him.
he had one good season at Baylor. I mean, granted, it's Baylor. Like he
It's
had
a
a
really
losing
good
record at
season.
Baylor. They won 11-3 in 2019 to the Sugar Bowl.
11-2
I don't think
probably,
they
but
won
yeah,
it.
then they lost it. I'm sure.
So they didn't even win their BCS bowl game, whatever if you want to call it that. Um, Went to Carolina, sucked ass there.
I think yeah, but
But he won
I'm not.
5 games, and then
Yeah, I
then
know,
he got
but
relieved of his duties, going 1-4, and now he's at Nebraska. Had a losing record his first year, went 7-6 last year. They won the bowl game, or they went 6-6 last year, won their bowl game to go 7-6. Um, so he still technically has a losing record there in 2 years, but I don't know. I just don't. I
no,
think
I
he's getting a lot of hype, and a lot of people are. I don't know. He hasn't lived up to those expectations yet. And everywhere he's been
since the Baylor year.
since that Baylor year. That was
The,
his last. That was his last good year he's had. Was that Baylor year?
I
That was in 2019. It's been six
yeah,
years.
I just don't think the Panthers thing is a. I think a lot of coaches, especially college coaches, try the NFL, it doesn't work out. But also, it's not like he
There's,
was. I know, but it's not like he was taking in the NFL. It's hard to bring a team that's
no, I
absolutely
know.
horrible to the top. Like, I mean, look at Dan Campbell. Like, he took over a terrible team. The first year they won like 2, 3 games. Then the next year he had to win 9 games. But it was like a progress. I know he had the second year they started 1-4. I'm just saying, it's not the easiest when you're in the NFL to like have take a terrible team and like build them up quickly. He didn't build them up at all. But I know I do think I'm not disagreeing with your pick. I think it's a good pick. I just think he gets a little bit too harsh of criticism for that. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's a very good pick. Just because
No, I think it is. I think people talk
he's
about
only been there
Nebraska
for
being
he's only
good.
been at Nebraska for 2 years. They weren't
Yeah.
good his
Yeah, but
first year, taking over a
They were
dumpster
talk
fire.
no, they were
And then they
talking
make a
about
bowl
since they
game the
got
next game,
it
or the
started
no,
with
next
no.
year.
They were talking about when Matt Rule got in there, all of their games were one score fucking games or
yeah,
one score games, and Matt Rule was gonna come in there and flip that around. Did anything change? No. In 2 years, that hasn't changed. They
yeah.
still have the most one score game losses out of anybody.
With the
They're
freshman
not winning.
quarterback last
I still
year.
think, but I think
Yeah,
Kyle's
Patrick
right.
Mahomes.
I think
I
they. I
no,
think
it's a freshman quarterback. You could have had somebody else in there as a quarterback.
maybe
Go get
it's
them. Transfer portal's open.
Yeah, he's
You
playing the
can get
long
them.
game. It's called the long game. I
Okay,
think
I
this
know.
year
I'm
they
just
win
saying.
8, 9
You
games.
can't blame it on a freshman quarterback when you have other options that you could have brought in.
that.
Theoretically,
I think
If
it
realistically,
he's
might.
going,
probably not. But
he
I'm
wasn't
just
going for
saying.
the he wasn't going for okay, we're gonna go win the national title this year. He's like, okay, we're gonna progress a little bit, we're gonna get better, and next year we're gonna give it all like
Yeah,
oh
You don't.
9
that's
wins.
fair.
I
He
don't
still
think
hasn't won shit
two things.
in the last 6
Yeah, but
years.
It might.
I don't think people are saying he's very good of a coach. Nobody's saying that he's
I think you're
I don't
I'm
think
saying
wrong.
he's
he's overrated.
overrated. I
I think
think
he's
he's properly
overrated.
rated.
I think
He's
Kyle's right.
overrated.
It might be more of a Nebraska
People
thing,
talk
but
about yeah.
when he's came in, people have talked about Nebraska being back, like that they're gonna um, win more games and be in contention for the playoffs. I mean, even last year they started like, did they? Yeah, they beat Colorado, and it was like, oh my God, Nebraska might be back. I get your point, but at the same time, Kyle's kind of right in the quarterback thing that you don't punt on the season the first game of the year. That's something you do in the fourth week when you've lost two of the first games. Like, okay, maybe we do need to get that freshman in there, get him his time. Like, you can't go into the season and be like, I'm playing the long game for the whole season and I'm gonna start my freshman quarterback. Now, if he's the one that you think can win, then he's the one that's in there. But to Kyle's point, if you think your
I
team's
understand you
really
want to play
good
the
to make the
freshman, get
playoffs,
experience, so that way in
the
future years he has that experience. So
if you think the quarterback's going to hold you back, you should have gotten someone from the portal if possible. I think
If
it's a good
possible.
but
pick.
I
We're also in
I
the
just
fourth
like I
round.
remember him going the one good year at Baylor. Yeah, whatever, he turned him around in 3 years. And then he goes to the NFL and everybody's like, "Oh, this is gonna be great."
He's the next
Like,
hot thing.
Everyone does that
and
with
then
every coach that's hired. You can't. It's not, just because it was Matt Rule thing.
I'm just
I
saying the expectations were there for him to translate well to the NFL. There's a lot of times there's speculation, but it just didn't work out, and now he's back in college where he probably should be. I mean,
I
we'll
think
see
it
how
was a
year
good
three does
pick.
this year.
Ben, who's
But
your
as of
last
right now, I
pick?
think he's overrated.
I mean, this is the guy that took Deion Sanders 1-1. His teams have been overhyped, but I don't know about his coaching. Anyways,
I'm going Kalen DeBoer as my fourth round pick.
Huh?
Kalen
What
DeBoer.
has he done to make you think he's overrated?
What has he done that makes you think he's a really good coach? He went to a national championship. Or sorry, won the national championship, right?
yeah, kind of. If you go by
Wow.
Louisville winning the basketball March Madness that one year, or getting it
How did he
vacated,
win it?
yeah. When
Oh yeah,
Louisville won the March Madness, they got it vacated, so Michigan claims that. So now Michigan is vacating it in my mind, so Washington won.
In your mind, it's not vacated at all
anyways,
as of
he
today.
he doesn't have a lot of sample size of being a head coach, but yet somehow, some way, he made it to Alabama, and they're putting him on this pedestal where he's going to be the next best thing. He's going to be the second coming of Nick Saban, but he's just, I mean, he's got 5 years of head coaching experience.
Yeah,
Like he started at Fresno and then went to Washington. Somehow, I mean, they had a lot of good players on that team, in 2022, 2023, and then somehow the Alabama job just fell into his lap. I don't know. I just don't think he's that great of a coach.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Dude
I
went 25-3 at Washington,
Yeah, but that's
beating Oregon twice in that year that they went to the national championship.
yeah. My thing
Yeah,
with
but
that though is like
it
some
kind of
coaches
falls
get
on that Nick
fired.
Sirianni stuff.
They can catch fire. Yeah, but Kalen's, you build the college program. The GM builds the NFL team. It's a little different, but like sometimes you just catch fire with the right people, and you might not be as good of a coach as like you might have those 2 years. Kind of like Ed Orgeron. I mean, he caught fire with that LSU team, but he's not like a
Yeah,
top coach. I don't think it's a bad pick.
yeah, I
He
get it.
was. I thought about it. The only reason I didn't pull the trigger is I feel like some people don't really think he is that good of a coach. I think that was just who Alabama had to get. I mean, there's no big names out there that they could have gotten. But yeah, any more? You guys want to do honorable mentions quick?
I am shocked. Ben Johnson wasn't mentioned by yours truly, Ryan. I
Uh,
thought
he
for sure
he
you were
was
going
on
to say
my
he's
he was
overrated.
on my list, but I don't think he hasn't
Nope.
coached a game, so it's
I
hard
Exactly.
to
know, but
say.
still,
Nobody is
everybody's
rating him.
think he's God's green. They've
Yeah,
get new gift of God's green earth when it comes to offensive play
They
calling and football,
yep.
they
football
think
I
he's
coaching
had
over there
they
in
think he's going to
Chicago.
be good, but
yeah,
they're not ranking him like he's not one of the top coaches in the league.
yeah, but they think he's gonna be
Like
like
that
the
doesn't mean he's
best.
not
He's
overrated,
okay.
though.
Yeah,
He
but we
could
don't know
be
because he hasn't coached yet. He hasn't
exactly.
had
I've
it.
been
So
looking.
like, anyways,
I
um,
went and looked at ratings,
I
like where
have
people are rating these quarterback or these coaches, and he was in the low
okay. Enough
20s every
about Ben
time.
Johnson. I also had Kirk Signetti. Um,
Thought of him.
I
I
thought
don't
of Matt
know.
LaFleur.
LaFleur came to my mind. Not on my list, but it came to my mind. I had I don't know. I forgot his first name. Um, McDermott in Buffalo.
Doug or
Yeah, Doug's a basketball,
Oh,
isn't he?
Doug,
what is his
yeah, Doug
name? Bill.
McDermott. Yeah,
Mike.
McDan. No,
I don't know. Either way, it was McDermott. I think that was all I had.
yeah, Sean.
Sean. Yep.
Sean McDermott. Yeah.
Yep.
You guys have anybody else?
Yeah. I
Um,
I had Vrabel. Um,
Vrabel kind of did
he didn't
well
really.
though, but yeah, you're right. I mean, he was like the sought after commodity. He was the hot commodity, and
if Ryan Day didn't win the championship, I would have said Ryan Day.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I
Um,
took Nick Sirianni.
I know, but I mean,
I
Ryan
know.
Day beats everybody but Michigan.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I was thinking Bill
um,
Belichick
so
more
it's hard
for
to
his
like.
current role than the NFL
Yeah, I
as a
mean,
Yeah,
college coach. But I didn't pick him because he hasn't coached a game yet, so you
I don't
can't
think
really
he's an
say.
overrated football coach. So he might just not work out in the college.
Right. Exactly.
But I mean, yeah, I don't know. Any more?
Thrown more. I had on my list.
Okay.
I don't know if he's overrated.
I think it was just maybe he did have it, but
Do you think he has a black cloud surrounding him?
I don't know. We can get into that some other time.
I don't think he. With the, I just mean like with the Michigan fan base. Like, anyways, yeah.
I think he's kind of set up to
Conversation,
fail
I
a
guess,
little
for
bit.
another time.
I
I
think he's
guess.
set up to fail. Like if they don't make the
Yeah,
if
I
for
mean, I
some reason they have
understand that.
another bad year that like they don't make the if they go 9-3 this year, don't make the playoffs, lose to Ohio State, he's gonna be on the hot seat. I think he will be. Doesn't mean he's gonna get fired. I think there's a
I
chance
know, but
people are gonna start be like,
I
okay,
don't like him being on the hot. Like going 9-3. If you have a freshman quarterback going 9-3, like that's not bad at all,
I don't think he would get
in my
fired, but I'm
opinion.
saying I
But
think it's like the next year will be a
I
show
know,
me year.
yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah.
but that's
Anyways,
what I'm saying. I think he's set up to fail. Whereas like most of the time, you get like 3 years, at least 3 years before you get to that point. But college is a win now thing.
do
But
you
Yep.
think? Question: Do you think college football, when it comes to like the playoff, will be kind of like the Super Bowl, where people are like, oh, like it's really hard to win the Super Bowl. right? Like it's
Mm,
really hard to get and win the Super Bowl. Do you think it's going to be like, oh, it's going to be really hard to go and win the college football playoff?
not as much because I mean, look at the first round matchups this year. Like they're all
They, this,
blowouts. I know, but
they're
I feel
changing that
that
up, right?
yeah, but that I feel like doesn't matter. I think that's how it's gonna be. Like I think three of the games are gonna be blowouts like every year, just because like when the
The gap's in
ACC if it's
talent.
not like I guess it depends. It's possible, but like when the Boise State and the Big 12 and possibly the ACC like teams get in, they're just not the SEC and Big 10 level. Like it's every year it's
Mhm.
going to be mostly Big 10 SEC. When those guys play each other, it's going to
Yeah.
be harder to win. I just think there's bigger
I
skill
guess I asked
gaps.
that because,
It's more because I think it's bigger skill gaps.
yeah, because, like in the NFL, it's like, okay, if you're a coach and, you're having, you have a successful season and, you get to the second, third round of the playoffs or the wild card division round playoffs, you lose, you don't really get it to the Super Bowl. That's still considered like a good year.
Yeah.
Whereas, or a successful year as like a coach, like from a GM to a coach's standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
more times than not. Now in college football, it seems like it's always like national champion or bust. Or I guess when it was the college football playoff, when there was the four teams, it was get to the playoff or bust.
Yeah.
Now, like with there being 12 teams, it's like, okay, is it going to be like, okay, if we can get to the second round of the playoffs, that's a good year, and from a coaching standpoint, where you're not going to be like considered on the hot seat,
Mm-hmm.
so to say. So
The I think
food
it's
for thought, I
the
guess.
top 8 teams are gonna be it's gonna be hard, but the most of the time I feel like the first round's gonna be kind of like a little bye depending on your matchup. But
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Hopefully
We
not. Well, hopefully
gotta
like
keep it.
hopefully the parity and everything gets
I
better.
mean,
But
it'll always be the top dogs at the top. It's always gonna be the Ohio States, Michigan's,
yeah,
Alabama's, Georgia's, Texas. Like
Oregon,
one might fall down, and then Clemson might
there'll
come
be.
back up. But like for the most part, it's gonna be
Oh,
a significant group.
Dabo, is
Nah,
he
Dabo's won
overrated?
2 national championships.
They're
I,
going to be
Maybe
good.
that's recency bias,
yeah,
but recently you could say, but he hasn't won one since
T Law. Yeah,
2010, 2015. Sorry.
but yeah.
Watch out for them this year.
Yep. That's the draft. I'll go through it real quick. Ben picked Deion Sanders, Kyle Shanahan, Lincoln Riley, and Kalen DeBoer. Kyle picked James Franklin, Mike Tomlin, Lane Kiffin, and Matt Rule. And Ryan picked Mike McDaniel, Brian Kelly, Dan Lanning, and Nick Sirianni. Like we all have at least one pick that probably isn't like the other three we picked. Or in my case, probably two, but what are you going to do?
Yeah.
But yeah. But now we're going to do our new segment. Hit the music. I'm just kidding. We're just going to start doing, I don't, if you have an idea for what it's called, let us know. But just around the world, just random news it's outside of, the state of Michigan, whether it's
Call it the
serious, whether it's
Welcome to the
funny.
Connolly News Network,
Yeah,
CNN.
CNN. Yeah, it's the CNN. That's probably trademarked or something though. Um,
Yeah, never mind.
but yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be like it doesn't have to be like news based. Just like just a snippet. But yeah, so we'll just go around. Kyle, we can start with you.
Oh, you go first.
No, I'll go last.
Um, in the news.
You already have it. Don't like draw it out. You already know what you want to
I don't
talk
know. I was
about.
trying to think of something else because, anyways,
I think it's a good
no, the
thing. That's
whole
what I was gonna bring
the
up.
whole ESPN NFL Network buyout
Yep.
is very intriguing on multiple levels. With I'm seeing, Red Zone's still going to stay under NFL control, at least for the time being. So at least Red Zone's going to stay on its channel. But I don't know how I feel like
just for
a
this year.
network. Yeah, I don't know how I feel like a sports network like ESPN having its own sport, like having the rights to the network or the rights to like the NFL, I
Yeah,
guess.
but
Like no other network
they
has
do.
full on rights to not full.
It's the
I mean,
NFL net. They bought
granted,
the
I know
NFL
like
network, not like the NFL. But that being said, the NFL does have a 10%
oh, all right,
stake in a ESPN now,
in
which
ESPN,
I
yeah,
think is a big problem in terms of just gambling,
yeah.
in terms of news
Well,
sources pushing certain things. Like I mean, ESPN is the
yeah.
biggest news source, and now they're just in the pocket of the NFL, and it's kind of the same thing with college football has this problem too, where ESPN and SEC have an agenda to push, and Fox and Big Ten have an agenda to
Oh,
push. So it's just
is
I
it
don't like where that's going.
with
I think it's going to
Fox?
really affect gambling and
Yeah,
um, the news you get can I don't know. It's just I don't know. I don't like it at all. I think it's I don't know. We'll
yeah.
see.
Well, the
We'll see
NFL
how it
Network's
goes
going to
out.
be operated by ESPN now too.
Yeah,
So like now
yeah.
you'll have all of that narratives and stuff pushed onto like another network. Like I liked watching Good Morning Football compared to like
Mm-hmm.
Wake Up or Get Up, whatever
Yep.
the hell it is on ESPN or something, whatever. Like I thought those takes and everything were unique and they were a little bit better than ESPN's. You don't see them all the time because you see ESPN stuff all over
Yeah.
social media. Um, I am a little bit liking like when it comes to well, this is I wonder if it is for like historic stuff too, but the NFL film stuff, like
Yeah.
the videos and programming that they had back in the day. Those are always fun. I wonder if those will be online on ESPN Plus or not going forward. But I wonder if it also means that NFL Red Zone will be
Yeah. It's gonna go to ESPN at some next,
included.
not this year, but next year.
Oh, so like in terms of like if we have ESPN Plus this year, we probably
Oh,
won't get
no, it's
NFL
this. It
Red
doesn't
Zone.
affect this year. It's next year.
Oh, that
And I'm pretty
sucks.
sure it goes up. I'm pretty sure you got to pay $30 a month now for ESPN Plus, like extended package to be able to get that. That's what it sounds like from what I heard. But yeah, we'll
I
see.
also don't want. Oh yeah, ESPN gains 3 additional games, bringing a total of 28. No, thank you.
Okay,
I hate watching ESPN broadcasted football like NFL games.
I agree,
Without John Gruden on there, they're boring.
dude. Are we gonna ever end this conversation?
All right, I guess I wanted to talk about this topic,
Well, I
but I
know,
guess
but
I'm just seeing like all this other stuff that's happening with this merger, and I'm like, I'm just like, wow, they got more games on ESPN now too. Like, keep them on three and or Fox and Friends, but CBS, anyways,
yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting.
NBC.
I agree.
Guess I have to tap out. Who's next?
I think I'll go next.
Yep.
Before we get there, Kyle's like, well, after you go pee, after you zip it back up, there's always a little bit more that has to come out.
That was good. I mean, to
I
be
don't know what you're
honest,
talking about. It doesn't happen to me.
to be fair, he was laughing. Don't. He was laughing behind his
I know,
hand.
I saw
So,
it. I saw it.
not for the listeners.
I
To
was
be fair,
smiling. I wasn't
Kyle's
laughing.
comments were like I don't mind that. I just figured this segment was kind of more of like a quick
A quick hitter.
yeah, kind of like a quick
Uh,
hitter, not like get too big into the weeds. But he had good points. I
I
mean,
thought we were
ESPN.
discussing the news.
Yeah.
all right,
Yes.
so I saw on social media that Fortnite is bringing proximity chat to his battle royale,
Yep.
which is something
I thought you
that
were gonna say Power Rangers.
Well, Power
no,
Rangers is coming too.
that
I found that out today.
like your Call of Duties and other games have proximity chat, so Fortnite's kind of adding that to their repertoire. Kind
I
of
like it.
interesting.
That's one thing I hated when I'd play
Fortnite
is
Fortnite has so many more kids play the game than Call of Duty. I
yeah.
Call of
I
Duty
think
back
there's
in the
gonna be
day,
more people
though,
getting in trouble when it comes to like being banned or whatever.
Yeah,
because of what they say on Fortnite now if they're gonna have the proximity chat.
that's
Yeah,
not a bad
probably.
thing though,
Oh,
because
that kind of that
if you
kind of
don't if you
reminds.
say it in a chat, you probably shouldn't. I mean, Call of Duty has had
Yeah.
that for a while. The people will get banned. I just think it's cool. I think when you're when you shit on someone at the end of the game, you just want to be like, yeah, I
A
shit
little
on you.
nerd.
I mean, people do
Yeah.
that in Call of Duty
Yeah, I
all the
know.
time. They'll like kill someone, and you'll be like, what? And then you can hear them like after the death
Yeah.
cam and stuff. So I like it.
They're
I
get
think
shit
I've always
on.
said NHL. I
And
wish NHL you could talk a little shit. Like it's just more fun to be able to,
oh, and
and
online,
at
yeah.
least like everyone, when you do something, it'd be cool. But
Yeah.
Um, Ben, or did you guys see like the Rizzler on Theo Von?
yeah,
Did you guys see that
I
clip
didn't
of him
watch it.
talking about Fortnite?
Yeah, it got to be
No, he's
too
talking
long
about
for
Fortnite and
me.
how he was well, I'll synapse it.
Yeah,
He was Rizzler was playing Fortnite. He was top three. His mom
asked me to do
got
the
in the way or
dishes.
whatever. I told him to do the dishes. Dishes were already done. So he finished third. He got sniped in the dome. And Theo Von was just like, oh, like, do you talk to like, the people you're playing? Can you just be like, hold on, I gotta, whatever. And then 2 days later,
Hmm.
he got proximity chat. But
Yeah,
I
Rizzler
know,
probably made it
I just thought it
happen.
was kind of, yeah, or whatever
Did
he does.
Rizzler tell his mom, "I'm not doing dishes, nothing"?
Or
Yeah.
something. Anyways,
Uh, anyway, I
yeah,
have
I
a
think it's cool.
tangent off that. Do you know who I
Um,
hope kind of? No, never mind. I won't
what?
go on record saying it.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
My CNN news update. It's kind of. I have two quick ones. One, did you? What are your? Um, Bryce Harper got into it in the locker room with uh, Bob Manfred, the commissioner of MLB, saying if you're going to talk about the
Oh, yeah.
union, get out. It's kind of a whole big story because um, the players don't want a salary cap, and the owners sound like they do want a salary cap, but they're it's not even for this next year. They have a whole year until that's like they're going to be playing. I think next year, or they're supposed to be playing next year, but it's up after next year. So I don't know the whole thing, but I thought just we typically we obviously start talking about the Tigers. That should be mentioned. Um, I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
think
think it's weird that Bryce Harper is trying to say we don't need a salary cap or whatever, or that he can sit out games because he makes millions of dollars. But like Kerry Carpenter this year is like making like it's not that much money compared to how valuable he is. Like some of these guys, it takes a long time for them to make money in the MLB, especially
that's
getting into the
why
league
I
at
think there's a lot
29.
more. There's a lot more discussion. Well, not necessarily discussion, but I think there's more, at least from a fan perspective, of a salary floor rather than
Yeah,
a salary cap.
I think you can't really have one without the other, though. I think that's what a lot of people have been arguing,
Yeah,
but we'll
because if
see.
you have the floor, the price for everyone just goes up,
Yeah,
and you're still gonna have that same parity
I don't
that you
care
had for.
about like if the Yankees want to spend $13 billion on their team, go
it's
for it.
yeah, but it's
But I
not.
still think that there are some teams like the Athletics that are trying to like do like they don't spend money on their team or they give their players enough money, and I think like there should be at least a minimum.
I agree, but I don't think the owners will want a floor without a cap. I think that's why. Which,
Yeah,
yeah. My other thing
Kerry Carpenter makes
is
800,000,
yes,
by the way.
that's just crazy. I mean, he should be making like
three
millions.
million.
But my last news update is: did you guys see the Caleb Williams clip of him not hitting the net?
Sure did.
Yeah, that was
Oh
awesome. It made
man,
me
he got
smile.
sassy.
I feel like it's
And then
just
you watch Hard
adding.
Knocks.
I just feel like this is adding like this like. I think well, like maybe there's a chance he is bad and like Ben Johnson will suck, but I won't do it until it's in the season. But it made me laugh, especially how angry he
Who
was.
knows?
Like
He probably hit 20 in a row before that, and then he hits three, misses three. But
it
actually, I think
wasn't
the funniest
three, it
part
was
about
like
that clip,
five.
well, the
He
funniest part
missed like the
about it,
whole
I
net
think, is
on
that
front
he
of
missed
him.
the whole net on the
Yeah,
last one.
that's the bad. Regardless of missing five, like if you could miss five, but the fact that he missed the net is kind of crazy. But I
Yeah.
don't know.
And then you watch Hard Knocks and you see Josh Allen hit every single one of them.
Yeah, He might not
Although
be good, but
probably gets
time will
five.
tell.
I have another honorable mention.
For what?
Um, Fantastic Four drastically underperforms in the box office recently, which kind of sucks because it's probably one of the better movies. This means I think there's some Marvel fatigue when it comes to
They
that,
have been pushing out a lot of
or people
movies.
just or people are just like, I'll wait till it comes out on Disney Plus and then just watch it for cheaper
Yep.
instead of going to
Yep.
movie theater for those types of movies. But anywho,
All right.
then you
But
look
for
at
those types of movies, you want to see in the theater though, with all the
I'm a
sound,
huge movie
surround
theater
sound, and
guy.
all that stuff.
Ugh,
me too.
popcorn and a pop.
I'd rather see it in the movie theater.
Me too.
I went
The
and saw it
comedies you
twice.
don't
Expensive,
need to
but
see in theater.
no, everything in the movie theater is better. I don't go for the surround sound stuff. I literally go for the popcorn, the pop, the cool seats. I can't look at my phone. I'm locked in. It's just so much
Yeah.
better. So much better. But on that note, let us know who won the draft. And you know, hopefully the
Yeah, and
Tigers.
if you have any honorable mention news
Yeah.
network thing that
Or
you want to
well,
send
no,
it
not News
to
Network.
our
That's
mailbag.
no, that's just for us to just come up with random topics, not the listeners. But we would
Right.
encourage
Draft ideas if
draft ideas. Yes,
you know.
but hopefully the Tigers can turn it around this weekend, and we will see you again on Tuesday. And we will see you
You
down the line.
you